We are live now. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. It's that proud Black woman again, and thank you so much for tuning into this live session today. So, yeah, you're wondering who did I bring today? You know, everybody here knows who Moyo Sadiq. If you're in the legal field, anyway.
Everybody.
If you're in the legal field, you know Moyo
Yeah.
Sadiq-Soneye. If you're in the legal field, and if you're also Nigerian and you are a member of the Nigerian communities, because I know that you volunteer with some, and you're also a member of a couple of executive, like you're executive member of a couple of them as well. So I don't know
Yeah.
how you do it, which is why you were my choice for this topic. Yes, you can, because if you can do it and you can give us your tips on how you do it, then I believe a lot of us will be able to, believe more in ourselves. That yeah, if Moya can do it and she has given us the tips, then we can do it as well. So before we go into this, I'm going to read a professional bio. And after that, I'm going to be asking you things that are not on your bio that, sneak peeks that you want us to know about yourself, your private, what do you do? What are your hobbies and things like that? So, but first, I will go through your professional bio so that
Okay.
they can know quality of speaker that I have brought today. So, Moyosore Sadiq-Soneye is a dual qualified lawyer and mediator. She is the principal counsel of Most Law Office. Moyosore has worked as a civil servant in Nigeria at the Lagos State Ministry of Justice and in Canada at the London Courthouse. She holds a master's degree in law from the University of Leicester, UK. She enjoys writing and has successfully written and produced 3 indigenous Yoruba movies titled Ishipo, Ashekpamo, and Ebimini, or is it Ebimini? Is it
Yes.
Ebimini? Okay.
Ebimini. Yeah.
So, which are on YouTube and showing on DSTV, African Magic Yoruba. She is a major positive influence on many foreign trained lawyers through her Instagram page at Niger Lawyer in Canada, where she organizes mentoring and Q&A sessions that assist foreign trade lawyers in their licensing journey. She organized several mentoring sessions for internationally trained lawyers from 2018 to date, totally free of charge, which is fantastic. I've been I've been on some of those, and yeah, you're really doing a great job. Kudos
Thank
to you.
you.
This has become a huge platform for foreign trade lawyers to learn from the experiences of other foreign trade lawyers who have been called to the bar in Canada. Each session was a huge success with tremendous and positive feedback. Miosori has written multiple articles for Global Lawyer of Canada, speaking about her licensing journey to inspire others. She spends time volunteering for causes she believes in. She's currently a member of the Canadian Association of Nigerian Lawyers, CANLI, the Canadian Association of Professional Immigration Consultants, CAPIC. She is a director of the Network of Nigerian in Canada, NNC. Her 11-year-old daughter just wrote a book, which I'm excited about, The Story of the Missing Piece, which is available on Amazon, ebook, and paperback. So mine just came.
Yay!
I ordered as well, and my son loves
Yay!
this. So
Thank you
one of
so
those,
much for the support. Thank
like
you.
it's so nice for an 11-year-old to write
I
something like this.
know.
Like, wow. So you
Thank
guys
you
go
so
grab
much.
one. So
Yes.
now, now reading out your professional bio, which you've achieved a lot. Oh my goodness, fantastic.
I I mean,
So,
I was about to
is there
say, is that
anything
me?
else? Is there anything else that you want us to know about you? Like that is not.
Well, aside all you have read, just I'm just a very simple person, like very simple. I try to enjoy my life. I have 3 amazing girls, 3 amazing daughters, a supportive husband. I have a great family system. Anyone that knows me knows that I have a close knit family. I'm always close to my brother or my sister, or someone is always nearby. We have a great support system, which really helps us in Canada. Yeah. And my brother before El Media is the one that does all those posts that I make. So we have a
Oh,
very, very
nice.
great relationship. Yes, he's a great graphic designer. He helps with most of the Niger Lawyer in Canada posts and Mosler office post. I love to travel, but that was part of what prompted my decision to land in Ontario. and reside in Ontario. I just feel like it's kind of airport wise, it's easier for everywhere I want to go. I enjoy writing. I used to enjoy reading. I think I still enjoy reading, but I'm just at a spot where I just don't have the time to read right now. I enjoy writing. I like reading. I love now my new what I look forward to is the skits on Instagram. Can you believe that? Like that's like the fastest way to unwind right now for me, because sometimes the skits are just 1 minute long and they're really funny, right? So I use that to really like unwind and diffuse.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. At least now, apart from the professional part of you, we also know what you do to unwind and things like that. And that's, yeah, I'm also a big sucker for skits, because sometimes when you've gone out to work and you're tired, you just want to unwind. You just want something to make you laugh and forget about all the stress from work or all the stress from family. So yeah, I can totally relate with you on that. So having said all of that, I'm going to go to my first question. So the topic of the day is yes, you can, which is a really powerful statement. Yes, you can. So before I go to my question, guys, if you're new here, thank you so much for joining in. I really appreciate you. And please rep your city, rep your country, wherever you're joining us in from. Leave a comment in the comment section and remember to give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe as well. So, and if you have questions for our host, for our guest, leave a question in the comment section and we'll get to it as we go. So my first question is, I'm sure we have all, either said the statement, yes, you can, or heard the statement, yes, you can, when people are encouraging us or when you're encouraging others. What does this statement actually mean to you as a person?
To me, what it stands for is you should believe in yourself. It stands for never giving up. It stands for you understanding that things may not come easy, but you push on till you get to where you want to get to. Those are the things that it stands for in my mind. So life generally is not easy, really. Even the richest person will still have something to complain about. So you have challenges you face. You start projects, you start licensing processes, you start different things in life, and they can be very challenging depending on your situation. Some people are single, some people are married, some people have children. Everybody has situations that may negatively impact that project that they want to start. But when you fix it in here, mind over matter, you can. And ginger yourself. Be around people that are as motivated as you are, or even more motivated than you are. I find that the group of people you surround yourself with has a great impact on your mindset too. If you're around people that believe that you can do anything you set your mind to, that's going to be a great motivation for you. But if you're around people that the moment you want to rant, you say, oh my God, I'm so exhausted, I'm tired, I don't even want to do this anymore. And they said, then don't do it. Then put it down. You don't want to be around people like that, because it affects you too, consciously or unconsciously. So if you want to do something, surround yourself with like-minded people, sort yourself out emotionally, psych yourself up emotionally. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And you will find out that you can. It's not going to be magic. Don't look at the fastest way to get things done. Don't look at I want it now. It's usually a process. Once you start it, motivate yourself. Give yourself a gift in between all those things, or whatever you like. I remember when I was writing the bar exams. Oh my God, the materials were about 900 pages, and you even if you like reading, you get fed up of reading at a point. So I remember that I got to a point that I would put my favorite chocolate or my favorite candy at like 25 pages. So I'm motivating myself that when I get to that 25th
You
page,
get a
I'm going to eat
candy.
this
Like, nice strategy.
just find strategies for yourself. Or when I
Yeah,
get to that 25th page, I'll listen to a music I like. Or when I get to that 25th page, I'll indulge in this yogurt, even though I'm not supposed to be taking yogurt right now. Just motivate yourself somehow. And
mhm,
this does not mean that if you feel like you're exhausted mentally, you shouldn't take a pause. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't take a pause. Pauses are okay. It's okay to take a pause, but let your pause be, tell yourself how long that pause is going to be, or else it becomes an unending pause,
yeah,
and that's indirectly giving up, right? So it's okay to take pauses. We don't want you to get burnt out. Always be conscious of yourself, your mental health, people around you. Don't get burnt out, but push yourself as much as you can, especially when we're young right now. The older we get, the less challenges we may be able to overcome.
overcome. Yeah, thank you so much. So two things I wrote down from what you said that I felt it's really important. The first one, I said, give yourself a gift. And that's really important. A lot of us, we are looking at the big finish and we're waiting. When we get there, we're going to get this. But then sometimes a lot of us get discouraged along the way. And that's because we don't have those little gifts. We don't have those
Yes.
little gift that we can give ourselves. Like, okay, I'll give myself this little one. And then when I get to the big one, then I can celebrate. So I think that's really good encouragement for yourself. Don't wait for 5 years when you actually achieve your aim, right? Give yourself those little gifts and it will encourage you a little bit more. So
Yeah,
that's,
and that can even lead to an like anticlimax at the end of the day. If you've
yeah,
exhausted yourself so much, you didn't even enjoy the process at all,
at
and
all.
then you finish, it's like, I'm done. Like,
Exactly.
just try to enjoy the process, make it fun for you in your little way. That's mine, candy, right? Someone
Yeah.
else may be something else. It doesn't have to be something as expensive. The little
Yeah.
little things.
Yeah, it's really important. And the second thing I took down is give yourself a pause when you feel exhausted. But then with those pauses, remember to give yourself a time. Otherwise, it becomes, well, you give
Yeah.
up. So with me, I always push myself because I'm scared that if I take a pause, I might end up abandoning that. And at the end of the day, when I actually achieve it, I'm so fagged out that I'm taking like 2 months to like
Yeah.
recuperate from that. So that's really important as well. Give yourself
I
little breaks in between.
I can relate to that because I'm someone that once I start something, I like to finish it. But I realized, like, during the bar exam, I originally had both exams slated for March
Yeah.
before the pandemic started last year. And coincidentally, right after I like deferred the solicitor's exam, the pandemic started. So like I wouldn't have even been able to write it
Mhm.
on the date that it was slated for anyways. But what am I trying to bring out from this? I knew that it was too much for me to write both at the same time, even though I had paid for both at the same time. So that was my pause. And what was that pause was from March till August, which was when I ended up writing the solicitors, you know. And I'm so glad I took that pause. I'm so glad I took that pause. Who knows, if I'd written it, would I have passed? I don't know. But my point is, I gave myself months for that same goal and I still achieved it. So pauses are fine so far as you limit the time.
Limit the time. That's really important. Thank you so much for that. So my next question, it also ties into the first one. So it's like, yes, you can is a very powerful statement, but some people would say it is easier said than done, right? As immigrants or foreign trained professionals, or even as Black people or people of color, there's so many rivers to cross and mountains to climb. It's sometimes it gets too overwhelming. So the question is, how do we say yes and yes, I can, and stand up tall in the midst of all these adversaries?
Indeed, most things are easier said than done, generally. Most things are really easier said than done. But you need to do it, right? If you want it. If you want something so bad and you're so passionate about getting it, you would do it. I always say, like you said, as immigrants, Nigerian immigrants, I always say that we've gone through so much as Nigerians living in Nigeria Like, it's hard to see a challenge that we cannot overcome. We're a very strong set of people. We're very strong. We're very
Resilient as
motivated.
well.
We're very
Yeah.
resilient. The way we studied back home, the way we work back home, the traffic we faced every day, it's something that I feel like in itself it's a gift. You've overcome so much. Doing anything else is going to be easier for you from that perspective compared to someone who hasn't really gone through much hardship in any way. Nigerians are go-getters. Nigerians know they carry last. If you decide that you want to do something, you can do it. And you will do it if you want to do it. Don't look, one thing I want to point out, please don't look at the person beside you. Don't look at the race of another person. Your race is your race. Your goal is your goal. Your win is your win. On call to bar, they're not going to be calling another. It's not someone else's name that will be on your certificate. It's going to be yours. So if Fikemi does ours in 5 months and I do mine in 1 year, it does not reduce the quality of my call to bar certificate. So pace yourself. Do you follow your own plan? Don't be intimidated. I find that most of the people I mentor is around this area, which is why I'm really speaking about it. So in as much as we're trying to create a community where we can help each other, there's the negative part of that is an unconscious comparison between your pace and another person's pace, but please don't do that. Don't do that. You know how that person is living. Do you know if they have a job? Did you know if they are I quit my job to do my exams and then study the paralegal, get a paralegal diploma. So you can't compare that with someone that's working 8 hours a day, where I'm just going to school for 4 hours and I'm reading for the rest of the day. So don't compare. Just do you, and that works. The moment you start worrying about the person beside you like it's a race or it's a competition, it to me that's not the way to go about it. It's not a competition. It's not a competition at all.
Yep.
Settling is hard enough. Coming to a new country, settling down is hard enough. How much more licensing? So just pace yourself and do you.
Exactly. So I'm going to put something up here that I was going to also talk about, but I guess Global Ariana already said it. Yes, I completely agree with your guest. Comparison is a joy killer, and that's true. A lot of us, when we come here, we see other people that have achieved in a short while, and we're running towards that, and then we get frustrated, we get burnt out really fast, really quick, and we're, blaming ourselves, like, why can't I do it? Why can't I do this? This person has a family, this person has a job, and all of that, and they were still able to achieve this within a year. I'm single, why am I not achieving it? And you start to, so that's really important. Follow your race, make your own plan, make your own vision board, and follow your steps. Nobody's saying that you shouldn't learn from them, one strategy or the other, but don't compare yourself to them. Don't feel like you're a failure just because you didn't achieve it the same amount of time that it took them to achieve it, because everybody's different. There's some people that when they pick up a book, they look at it, they already digested it. For example, I always say, hey, I'm a slow reader. When I'm reading, if you give me this size of book, I can read it for like 2 weeks. Whereas somebody will open it in 30 minutes and I'm like, what? How did you do that? I remember when when I was still in Nigeria, if I'm traveling to school, I sat behind a lady and she was reading a novel. So I was like, okay, I'm bored. It's like a couple of hours to get there. And I was sitting behind her reading a novel. I'm telling you, I'll be on the third line and she would have flipped. I'm like, is she actually skipping the lines? So imagine if we were in the same class and I can see this person like reading so fast, I would be so like confused, like what's going on, and I'll be blaming myself. Why can't you do it? So everybody is different. Everybody's is built differently. Even in the mental capacity is different. Some people can thrive under pressure. Some people can't. So know yourself. Know what works for you as a person, and follow that. Toe that line. Okay.
Yes,
So yeah,
yes,
that's really
yes.
important. Thank you so
And
much for
it's
that.
also very important that you mentioned learn from them. Like learn from, yeah. As a matter of fact, that's the essence of Niger Lawyer in Canada on Instagram. Like interviewing people that have gone through that journey, working hard, posting it. It's for you all to learn from each person's journey. Pick what's going to work for you. And I think if you can avoid making a mistake as a newbie, right? Avoid it. And how do you do that? Is by learning from the person
Learning
who
from
made the
others.
mistake earlier. Yeah, yeah. And just to mention, Fikemi and I were classmates.
I was about to say that. I was going to say it's so funny how life works, right?
I
Because
know, right?
in my we both went to Olabisi Onabanjo University in Nigeria, and I don't think we ever talked because we're like
No.
350 plus people
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
class. So we used to have like everybody had their caucus. Kind of. So there's some people that sit in the front of the class. There's some people that sit at the back. Some people in the middle. We already have our caucus. So I remember that I knew you, but we never had to talk. I think the
Same
first
here. I
time I
think we
spoke with
just
you
said
was at the
hi.
bar exam here in
Yeah,
Canada. I
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
you know this lady? I was going to the washroom. I was like, I know you. And then we just chatted for a little bit. And then after that, you interviewed me, your Niger Lawyer in Canada, and it's so funny. Now that I got here, I started learning more about you. That wow, this is really
Right.
impressive
And we were in the
person.
same class for
And we're in
5
the same
years.
place for more than 5 years,
For
right?
more than 5
Which
years.
was in until God knows when. So it's so funny, and now it's making me rethink a lot of things, because I was a person that would always, once I have one or two friends, I'm good, right? I never got to like mix with a lot of people. And since I started, a lot of people don't even believe I started this channel, because now it's like I'm putting myself out there. And what I noticed, I started this channel during the pandemic. And during the pandemic, when it was so crazy, I started, attending virtual events and meeting more people.
Yeah.
And I would say 80% of the people I know now are all virtually, and I've never met them in person. They are the people that I met during the pandemic. But I've been able to learn from them. And I believe a lot of people have been able to learn from me. And this is why that proud Black woman came up. Like, let's all learn from one another. Because
Yes.
the truth is, nobody can do this alone, right? Nobody's an
No.
island of knowledge. We have to keep learning from one another and come together as a community. Especially for the Black community, we know that one way or the other, we're at the bottom of the ladder. Apart from, I know that all people of color has, they face racism, they face discrimination, they face a whole lot of troubles in their trajectory as professionals. But for the Black ones, we are like the bottom of the ladder. So this is ways that we can learn from people that have also gone through the struggles and have come up victorious, and we can learn that, yeah, we can do it. So which is why
Yes, we can.
yes, you can. It's really important that we do that. And a lot of people are changing their mindset now and learning from other people rather than being jealous. Like, look at Moyo, she's getting this. Go closer, find out what can you learn and what can you apply to yourself, and then go
It's
from
not a
that.
competition
Really
at
important. It's
all.
not. Yeah.
It's not a competition at all. My law firm is not your law firm.
I
What
know.
you might want to work as an employee, and so just do your own. Don't be celebrate others when they are celebrating. Celebrate with them. Be happy for them. People will be happy for you when it's your turn to. Like, just
Exactly.
give yourself a time. I know people that said, "Oh, I'm giving myself 3 years." There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I know someone who gave herself 6 months and she was able to, so just do you.
Exactly. Do you? So I'm going to put this comment on the screen as well. Hold on. Yes. Global Ariana said, me, I pick a book, I will finish reading in 3 months, but I will remember every bit of the book. I'm slow, but I win at the end of the day. Exactly. That's what I was saying. Like, I can't come and keep myself. Seriously, I don't look at other people's pace. Sometimes we're all humans. At some point, you might feel maybe you set a goal and you're not reaching it. It's possible for you to rethink, but it still doesn't mean I'll beat myself down. Sometimes I have those little moments where I sit down and say, how come I haven't achieved this? But I don't stay into that situation more than 24 hours, especially if I want to
Yes.
cry, I will cry. Cry it out,
Yes.
let it come.
Oh,
It's okay to
yes.
cry.
Oh,
It's
yes.
okay to cry. I don't want to be
Oh,
superwoman.
yes. I
So
cry
even if it's for
up
me
into
to cry
licensing
and get that
journey.
emotions off me, I will do it. And then I'll get back to my
Definitely.
usual, regular, bubbly
Definitely.
self.
Definitely.
So it's really
Definitely.
important that you don't compare yourself, because it's a joy killer, as Global Ariana said. It's a joy killer. Know what works for you. You know yourself better. You know the goals you can achieve. So don't overshoot sometimes. And then learn strategies from other people, as we have said. It's really important. So now to my third question. You know, you are a woman who wears so many hats. You're a mother of
Oh,
three beautiful girls, a dual
yes.
qualified lawyer, a writer. You have produced 3 Nollywood movies. You own your own blog. You mentor a lot of internationally trained lawyers, and you're executive member for several organizations within the legal and Nigerian community. Has there ever been a time you felt you can't do this, or you panicked, or became overwhelmed and contemplated giving up?
Right. So I can't do that. No, not really. But panic. Yes. Yes. I panic many, many times. During the licensing process, I had panic attacks, 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Very normal for me. I'll just be sitting down laughing at a joke right now. And the next thing I'm like, the exam is tomorrow. I can't remember. I asked myself a question and I can't remember the answer to the question. I got enough panic attacks. Like I said, I had a great support system. I have great supportive girlfriends. I have great supportive family members, my husband, my children, my siblings, my parents. I have a great community of lawyers like me. Some of them have done this process and some of them have not. I've had panic attacks. It's normal for me now, because you just feel, is it enough? Have I read enough? Am I ready for this exam? That 900 pages, is everything in here? It can't be now. Waiting.
Exactly.
Everything cannot be in here. But have I grasped enough to pass this exam? Or even after the exam, another panic, post-exam panic attack again.
Exactly. That, I think that's usually the worst for me. Like, when is the exam results going to come out? And then when I see the alert that the result is out, this is me almost fainting. So yeah.
I typed the wrong password in like 3 times at a point. I logged myself out to check results. Like, it's me, I panic. Oh, I'm a normal human being. Forget this many hats. I'm a woman. I have blood running through me. So I have all these emotions. I get scared. I get nervous. I get panic attacks. It's normal. And some people don't. Some people are not nervous at all. While some people are very nervous, and there are some people in the middle. Everyone is normal, but I try to go past that panic. My support system, they help me at that point where I'm panicking. That stop, just chill. Is this panic that will even make you, feel like you're not prepared? Don't second guess yourself. And just like another thing I found out, like during the exams, especially when it's like OBJ multi-choice, your subconscious has picked the right answer, but you start second guessing yourself.
Exactly.
Especially by exam where there's always like 2 options that are so close,
So close.
and you're not just sure. You start second guessing yourself. I feel, just don't second guess yourself. That first answer is most of the time usually the right answer. So it's okay to panic, but get over it. Shake it off.
Exactly.
Have me times. If just pamper yourself a little. I remember one time I was so stressed. My partner, Loretta, my partner with foreign trained lawyers in Canada, she just said, I sent money to your account. Go for a massage right now.
Actually, I did meet Loretta in person, but we did. I met her virtually, because when we were doing NCAs, we attended the same classes online.
Okay.
So yeah, she was joining, I think, from was it Alberta?
Alberta,
Yeah.
yeah, it is in
So
Calgary.
I remember her then, but we haven't met in person. So it's like
She's
most people that I've
amazing.
met is usually virtually.
Virtual.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the new world now anyway. So
Oh
So
my
yes,
God.
it's normal to panic, but
Yeah.
I like to set goals for myself. I like to give myself a new challenge. I feel like
Yeah.
I don't like to be redundant. I don't like to just like stay. I like to just like try new things. Just like when I figured, oh, I've been writing for so long, I actually want to make it into a Yoruba movie. Why not? Guess what? My Yoruba is horrible. I can listen and understand very well, but my spoken Yoruba is horrible. But that's part of the challenge. I decided to write, then give it to
Mhm.
someone that speaks Yoruba to transcribe into a screenplay. And
Mhm.
and you know that ended up being more work, right? From English to then Yoruba and then producing the movies, and
Yeah.
it was an amazing experience. I love being a producer. And I just, just give yourself challenges. It's okay to be scared, and you will get over it. Another thing that we Africans don't really do much because of the culture from back home is celebrating little wins. And that's something I'm unlearning. I'm still unlearning it. It's a
Yeah.
process. Celebrate your little wins. Like you got something done, celebrate it. Celebrate it.
Exactly.
Be happy. It's huge. It's not small. It's a part of the huge thing. So celebrate it, and even tooting your own horns. That's something I'm doing a lot now, but it was really hard for me to start doing it. Like, how can I just be talking about myself?
You mean
How can I just be saying that? Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did. No, I'm
exactly.
starting to do it, but it's a very hard culture to unlearn and, and
Yeah,
learn.
I think from Nigeria, they make us believe that you have to be humble. And after my live session last week, I just went on Instagram and I saw Dr. Adi, I've forgotten her last name.
Yeah,
She was talking,
Olubamiji.
yeah. So, and she was saying something about, why a lot of Nigerians don't get like the executive positions is because we're too humble. And
Yeah,
here, they don't need you to be humble. They need you to toot your own horn. So when you're putting your resume in and you say, I supported, I assisted, even though you were the one that did it, then they're going to see you in that light. They're going to see you as a supporter. They're going to see you as a follower rather than a leader. So instead, you change all those words to operational words like I led, I created, I directed. And that's where they see you as a leader. So, and I thought about it, I said, I think I need to go check my resume again. I might have done a couple of those because I don't want to be like, this one is I don't even know how to say the word, but I feel
yeah.
like I had a lot of, I was like, yeah, I wrote it down. I was like, okay, I'm going to
Yeah,
begin
and
my
and, and
resume.
and I think it's a misconception, really. You talking about your success does
Achievements
not
and
mean that you are not humble.
yes,
I think that culture is something one has to work on. I'm starting to reinforce things on myself. Tell my daughter that, girl, you're hotter at 11. Do you know what that
exactly.
means? I'm trying to correct that in my children. I don't want them to not. They should take that thing.
Yeah,
It's a big win. Even the small certificates that you get from school, from the elementary school, an award for being a good girl,
yeah,
it's a big win.
it is.
So same thing for we adults too. You get your license assessed, is a
Yeah,
win,
it's a
because
win.
we both know how hard it is to get that transcript
I
to
know from
SEA in the first place. So all that effort you've put in the first place to get it done, when you get the assessment, celebrate like, woo! I got that
exactly.
that that part done. So on to the next one.
Yeah, I
Reward
see
yourself for
Loretta
the wins.
checking
I see
in.
her. Hi, Loretta. Hi, Mama.
Said reward yourself for the wins. Yeah, we will. Right now, this channel is a win for me, so I'm rewarding myself.
Well done, girl. Well done. For we Black women, you're representing us.
Exactly,
We're so proud of
because
you.
a lot of times, like I look at myself, I say, Fikemi, is this you? Because I was so many times I remember I bought a camera like 3 years ago, but then I was too in my shell to put. I'm like, what if nobody watches? What if? Because my intention is actually to bring people, to interview people, and to make sure that like I change the narrative about not just Nigerians, but Black people and people of color as a whole. And this is what I kept waiting that maybe when I get 1,000 subscribers, when I get 10,000 subscribers, I kept procrastinating because of that. So at some point I was like, you know what? I can't be doing that anymore. So many times I've gone to other people's platform to talk, right? And people have learned from me. Why can't I do the same with my own platform? The thing is, if nobody comes, it's fine. It's recorded, it's there. One day, somebody will type how, yes, you can. And this video will pop up. Who knows? And somebody, even if one person learns from it,
That's
that's
a
good
win.
enough.
That's a
That's a
win,
win.
girl.
So
That's a
it's
win.
sometimes we second guess ourselves a lot. I think I got a master's degree or a PhD in that, second guessing myself. Because other people will be talking about me. This lady did this. In my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, right. I remember when I was in Canada, the first 3 years, I didn't do anything about my licensing process because I had work, I had this and that. And the main time I started was when I went on mat leave just before I gave birth. And I said, you know what, this 1 year, I'm going to use it to get it. But before then, when people say, oh, so my daughter is a lawyer or my sister is a lawyer, I'll be so mad, like, don't call me a lawyer. What have I achieved, right? Because I'm here in Canada and I'm working some kind of job. So it used to vex me a lot if I have to speak broken English.
You have achieved a lot.
At some point, I was like, you know what? I've achieved. I have a master's. I have this. I have that. Even when I was working, I would never say that I had a degree. Never, because I was ashamed that, okay, so if you have a degree, how come you're not working in executive position and all that? And you have a master's degree, you have this. What? I was always ashamed. But now I'm always shouting on top of my voice. Before we say anything, I'm this, I'm that. I have a master's degree in this.
Go,
I'm a
girl.
notary public.
Go, girl. Go, girl.
I'm there explaining. If you're not happy about it, well, not my headache, right?
There will always be what ifs.
I can understand that.
There will always be what ifs. There will always be what ifs. When I started Nigeria Lawyer in Canada, I didn't really have followers. No, like I'm sure people were like, who is this one? What's this one doing? I will send like 100 DMs to lawyers, like, please, I just want to interview you so that like your story is going to motivate someone else and they will know that they can do this. Hey, how will you even get a response? So I respect the people that took their time to respond. I respect the people that even ended up being our mentors. I respect the people that sent their features, especially in the early days when they saw that I had 10 followers and they still took 2 hours, even more from their time to respond. So now I'm getting people say, oh, you didn't even send me feature questions. And I'm like, wow, from there to here, if I had let the what ifs that, oh, just 5 followers, 10 followers, we wouldn't be where we are today. Right now, I get people in the DM saying, wow, you just interpreted what I've been reading for a week and I didn't understand. You broke it down for us. Yeah. And I really want to say thank you. So
it's really important that, because at the end of the day, sometimes you don't even know how many people you've affected positively. Because not everybody will come to you and give you testimony, right? But in their mind, they're thinking, wow, that actually did help me. That motivated me to do what I did. And that's really what we have to do, because I need, as we're talking about changing the narrative, a lot of people, I remember, even before I came to Canada, when I was in Europe, they'll tell you, tone it down, in your resume, don't write this, don't write that, don't write. And they will believe that because we don't want people to see us as intimidating, because they don't like, they feel intimidated or threatened by Black people with achievements, and they will bring it down on our resume. But the thing that I found out is, when you get that job, they will only see you as that person that has secondary school. It's difficult now for you to go from that, because when the executive position becomes available, then you can't put in your resume now that, all of a sudden you have a master's degree, all of a sudden you have a PhD, because then they'll be like, what's going on? And now you're stuck in that position and you're miserable just because you brought yourself down. I made a video one time, I didn't even end up posting it, but it was me just saying, never ever bring yourself down, because I found myself in such situations where I want to apply for a job. Somebody told me about it and they said, don't put in there that you're a lawyer. Don't put in there that you have a master's degree. Just put this. And at the end of the day, I still don't get the job. And I'm like, so I just brought myself down for nothing. So at this point, I'm like, nope. Every single degree that I have, I will put it on there. Every single certificate that I've achieved, I'll put it on there, because if it was somebody else, they would stand on the rooftop and shout it from there, and they will get the best of the best. So why should I bring myself down because of that? And that's the same the mindset I had since the pandemic. I think the pandemic has made me to sit down and rethink a lot of things. And I believe it's the same for a lot of people, that, you know what, YOLO, you only live once. So don't let anything bring you down.
Yes,
Estimates, flee from them as far as you can. So
yes,
yeah, I can relate with that. So now let's talk about your career as a producer. I know it's a little bit out of the questions I had planned before, but I just felt like a lot of people should learn from that, because it's an achievement. Before now, I didn't know that, right? So needless
yes.
to say, I'm going to be watching every one of them.
Thanks.
I'm going to be watching every one of them, and I'm so excited about your daughter, because not that you're
Thank
just
you.
not you're focusing on yourself, at the same time you're bringing up your children in, you know, to
Yes,
learn that it's okay to do great things, and you're supporting them, which is why I love this book right here.
thank
So
you.
how has the journey been? Like, what motivated you into producing and all of that?
So, my family is kind of we're kind of very creative. My family, my uncle is Tunji Bamishigbe. He was the producer of Palace in those days, and he's done a lot of other, yeah, movies and series. And he's also a lawyer. My dad is also a lawyer, but I know that he also acted in his days. So I think it's something that's kind of innate. My sister too, who is Feyi Mac, with our YouTube
Oh,
Feyi
nice.
Mac, she doesn't talk about it, but she acted for years.
Oh,
So I prefer to always be behind the camera. I'm kind of camera shy, if you believe that. So I didn't really like being the actor or being the main person. I prefer to be the brain behind. So I used to write. My dad used to motivate us when we were young. He would just be like, you know what? You children are not doing anything. You can't watch television from morning till night. Come, take this piece of paper. Whoever writes the most interesting story is going to get goody goody, or is going to get 20
nice.
naira or something. So, you know, I'll be like 20 naira, hey, or goody goody, I'll be motivated, like a story, Abby. Okay, what do you want the story to be about? And maybe we'll just say the neighbors or the environment or what you like doing. So I got some that flair from there, writing. And when I decided to start reading, I went to Queen's College. And at that time, most of the time, most people were reading Mills and Bones, like
Yeah.
romance. I tried it, but it wasn't it for me. That wasn't what I was looking for. So one day, my parents gave me Sidney Sheldon and Jeffrey Archer. My God, that was it. My mind was blown. I was like, oh my God, they wrote this book. I read Cain and Abel. I read The Prodigal Daughter. Those books like awakened something in me that I never knew I had. And it made me realize how strong the mind is. Our minds can conjure things, can create things, amazing things. So I've been writing since like JSS, and I'll just keep the book and just put it somewhere. So I'll read it and be like, wow, this is amazing. I won't do anything about it. But it got to a point that I just wanted to pass a message. And I figured that many people were tired of reading. Many people just wanted to watch something. They wanted that entertainment plus the lesson. And I felt that was the best way for me to pass that message across. And that was when I decided to produce the Yoruba movies I did. If you watch them, you see that it's more of a lesson I'm passing across. Men cheating and infecting the wives at home. And I remember that I got a call from a pharmaceutical company, an international pharmaceutical company at that point. They wanted me to see what to produce something for them in that light. They were very happy about the parts where the wife was telling the husband that if you even lack respect for me and you cheat, have the decency of protecting yourself. How can you bring infection and me, I'm faithful at home, and you come and infect me? Those little things. I didn't even know I would ever get a message like that from any pharmaceutical company. I was just passing a message to people. Please, be careful. There's STIs and all sort of things out there. Protect your family. don't batter your wife, care for your children, balance that career as a man and a woman. You see it when you start watching the movies, that I'm really just trying to pass messages across in a way that I feel like people can relate to, rather than anything. And the licensing process made me realize I focused on myself so much to get this done. So you get to a point where you realize that you really need to, this settling process that is hard is not just for you, it also affects the children, and you need to like help them too. Our children are talented. They just don't know the talents they have yet. Some of them do, but you need to help them. You need to talk with them and nurture it for them. And I noticed that my daughter, Kishi, had so many talents. Coincidentally, she has so many talents. Like, she plays
I've
the
seen her play
keyboard.
the piano. I've seen her recite
She's
poems. I've seen like the poems that she actually. I was like,
exactly.
wow. And
She's,
I think I saw her drawing as well. Like she drew
yes,
something. I was like,
she's very
wow.
good. She's very good at drawing too. Dr. Olubamiji actually sent her a tech gifts because she saw that too in her, and she's like, she's my baby. Like maybe she has to get into tech. You know, she likes coding too. So it's not just art. She likes art and science. So she just hasn't decided which way to go. But I told her, I said, whatever you decide to do, we'll support you. And now there's the pandemic, schools are closing down. You're going to be home. I want you to tell me what you would use this time to do. You know, this discussion was over a period of about 2-3 weeks, myself and my husband speaking with her. You're so good. You're so good at painting. Do you want to do more paintings? Should we buy more canvas for you to paint and paint and paint, and we put it up? Or do you want, what do you think you want to do? You keep telling me that, Mom, I just thought of something. What do you think this is funny? Mommy, I just thought of something. Do you think this is funny? So I'm like, you know what? I can relate to that. As a writer, I have so many things in my head, and I'm looking for somewhere to pour it, So I'm like, you know what? Start writing this thing down. I was telling her, write it down, but that's my own Nigerian mentality and my age. I write. For her, she just brought a computer and opened Google Docs. I was like, she was so diligent, very diligent at it. Every single day, she must write something in that book. Every single day. And when she has the writer's block or she gets something, she'll say, Mom, so in my mind, when they got to that shape, this, do you think that's nice? And I'll say, I don't want to tell you what you're going to write in your book, but give me two scenarios or 3 scenarios, and I'll tell you which one I feel is the most interesting. So really, she really, 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 really worked very hard to create that book. And I told her then that if you tell me that this is what you want to do, I'll do everything I can to get you published. And that was a huge motivation for her, because she knows that I keep my words most of the time with them, with the kids. but I'm like, if you write a book, I will publish it for you. I don't know how. I don't know how to publish a book. I've never done it, but we will do our best. And trust me, it was not easy at all. She had her ideas of how she wanted the graphics to be. So she would sketch it, and then we send it to a graphic designer. We will correct this. We use like 5 different editors. It was not an easy process. And I told her, I said, I'm so proud of you. What you have. She came home and said, the librarian came to her, a school librarian came to her and said, Kishi, all my life, all I've wanted is to publish a book, which is why I'm a librarian. I love books. But you are 11 and you published a book. You just motivated me. You just made me know I'm going to do this. And I told her, I said, do you see the power in what you have done? I've gotten so many people message me like, oh, you're going to help us with this. So my children saw the book and said they want to do it. Now I said, that is exactly what we want. These children have so much gifts. Let's help them get it out.
So yeah, that's really important. Like I feel like I was prouder than you because I feel like, especially when I see like Black people, and not just Black people, people from Nigeria, my background, are actually doing great. I feel so proud. Like, you would think I was the one that gave them money to do it. So yeah,
Thank
because
you.
yeah,
Thank you
like
so much for the
I would
support.
show off anything like that. Like, oh my God, have you seen this? So guys, I just left the name on the screen. Please go get it. It just came out. I think is it a few days or a few weeks ago.
I think
So,
I'm about 2 weeks
and
ago now.
look at the graphics. Oh my God. And I guess that's Kishi in the,
Yes, so
she's the tiger.
yes.
So this is really,
The
really
editor was
beautiful.
like, she infused herself in it. I said, that's exactly. She infused herself as a main character in almost everything. I said, I don't blame
I know.
her.
And that's Kishi, in case you want to know. Yeah, that's Kishi. Very lovely. It's fantastic to see like our children doing great, and support is really important. I
Yes.
know a lot of times we're tired. My son loves to paint, and oh my God, he likes to paint things that even me, I can't paint it, and he wants my help. And
Wow.
I'm like, oh my God, how am I supposed to help you? So sometimes we fight. I'm like, can you just choose something that is easier? Because there's no, it's like, no, I want that one. And I'm like, those people, and if he doesn't get it like right away, he starts to cry. He gets frustrated because maybe it's an adult drawing something very, very technical on YouTube, and then it will pause and draw it and pause and draw it. And
Really
then when he's
nice.
confused, he wants me to, I don't know how to paint, and he will get so frustrated. I'm like, can you? Then I'll put like something of his age. Like, why don't you try this one? No, no, I don't want that one. I want this one. So I think support is really important. And a lot of times I feel like I'm too tired. I just came back from where I have to do this. Can you
Yeah.
just please? But somehow, somewhere in my mind, I'm thinking, you know what? Don't kill the fire of this boy, because he really
Yeah.
wants to do this. Why do? So sometimes I say, I'll give you 1 hour. 1 hour. But then
Yeah.
1 hour goes by too fast, and then it's Oliver Twist wants more time. Like, okay, I told you 1 hour. So yeah, I can, like, a lot of things that we have to unlearn. For example, as I said, I was talking with one of my speakers, and Mrs. Nene Akinton, and we're saying, we're used to shutting down kids, and when they say why, you'll be like, because I said so, because I'm your parent. I'm trying to unlearn that, so that way I can give more support, and they can, explore those creative side of them even better. So yeah, that's really, really good. So this, let me see, hold on, let me put it on the screen. Meg, oh, hi, Meg.
Hi, Meg. Our
If you
shaku
don't know
shaku
Meg
lawyer.
was my first ever guest on this show, and I owe her a lot of gratitude, because I told her, I said, if she had shut me down, because as I said, I was very skeptical about starting like my live shows and all of that. And I reached out to her, and she said, why not? So after the show, I told her, I said, you know what? I was very skeptical of starting, but if you had told me no, I might have crawled back into my shell. And she said, I said, because I was concerned that a lot of people will say, well, you don't have a lot of subscribers, or you don't have a lot of followers, and they wouldn't respond. And what she said was, I actually agreed because you don't have a lot of followers. Because if you had a lot of followers, because I'm very busy, if you had like a gazillion followers, what more do I have to give to you? Like I wouldn't respond. But because I feel like this is good to support somebody that is just starting up, and that's really, really good. That's really fantastic. So
Meg
thank you
is
so much.
amazing. Meg is amazing.
Yeah, she is
She has
like,
been our feature. She has also been our mentor on Nigeria Lawyer in Canada. She messages me anytime there's job opportunities for our people. She's amazing. Meg is amazing. And that shaku shaku, me too. I
I
was
know,
now
right?
planning. I was planning my own
I
dance
saw, I saw,
for call to
did you
bar.
see,
Then COVID
did you see the
happened.
concert where she was doing?
I could
I
not
was
dance,
like,
so I just stayed like this. Thanks,
that
man.
was so fantastic. Oh my God. So, oh, nice. Thank you, Go by Ariana. She said she just ordered the book
Oh,
for her daughter.
thank you, Global
Thank you so
Ariana. We
much.
appreciate you. We
The
appreciate the
support
support.
is
The support has
fantastic.
been amazing. The community, when they saw that a 11-year-old child wrote this book, it's been amazing. From
Exactly.
prayers, the number of people that have bought, it was a bestseller for like 3 times in a row. And we really, really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
So, okay.
Also follow the girls page, K Girls Canada. Please follow my children's page. They'll be bringing more entertainments for you.
So, Jesse Michelle Olayinka said, how do you maintain work-life balance at Moyo?
Hey, Shemun, hi. As if I don't call her. See, she's my own shrink. Oh, I call her a lot. Like, oh my God, I don't know how to do this. But you know, I don't know. When you ask me this, I really don't know. I can't say how, because I don't even know if I'm maintaining it. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm actually maintaining this work-life balance right now, but I know when my body is about to shut down, and I take a breather.
Yeah.
So that was why I mentioned earlier, and I said a pause is allowed. You can have a timed pause. I wish the pandemic was not here. I really had planned that after my licensing process, I want to go and rest. I want to travel. I want to get a massage. I want a sauna. I had so many plans in my head, but you know, I don't know. Work-life balance, just I don't know. I honestly don't know how to answer that question. If I tell you a direct answer now, I'm just lying, because my what happens every week for me is not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Like, so if I'm chilling, like yesterday, what I did was I watched the Fisherman or something on Netflix, and
I did too. The Fisherman's Diary.
the Fisherman's Diary, and I intended to unwind with that. My intention watching it on Netflix was to calm down, laugh, but I ended up crying a river. I just cried and cried. I was like, who sent me message now? What kind of wala is this? So I think right now, how I unwind is really just watching those skits. I know that most of them are humorous. It's not. And I have a lot of favorites now. Viper the Wiper, Black Amoru, all those funny people. And I just try to have a good laugh. The laugh it really helps. Anytime I laugh, I feel it in my body. Like, oh no, that's a good feeling.
Yeah, I did a Q&A last week, and somebody had asked me a similar question, like, how do you manage? And I'm like, I don't even know if I'm managing. I just know
I
the
don't
day
think I'm
goes,
managing it right
and
now.
I don't have like a plan of this is what I'm going to do. It just comes and goes. Like, okay, another day, another dollar. Let's see what tomorrow holds.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I,
this past week, I felt like I worked most of the days. I worked about 11 to 12 hours, like
wow.
really. So I can't advise you on that, because I'm guilty of it right now. I'm not. I'm guilty of it right now. My sister had to say, you need to set your closing date, your closing time, and follow through with the closing time. My sister, she's the
It's
younger
easier
sister,
said than done.
but
Though.
we advise each other a lot. We talk a lot. And she was telling me yesterday, would you close me? Set, set that day. Thank you, Faye Mark. Love you lots, baby.
Good, good, good. This is really like I'm having fun asking all of these questions and learning from you. And I can see a lot of people showing you love in the comment section.
I love you
And
guys.
and Jesu Michelle said, my kid loves the graphics, which
Oh,
is,
thank
yeah, it
you.
was
Thank
really nice.
you.
And
Thank you.
Meg said, definitely going to order the
Thank
book. Well
you,
done, Kishi.
Meg.
And I'm guessing a lot of people, I also put it in the comment. Let me scroll up so that I can pin it again. So that if people want to watch the
You
movies
can,
as well, they can
yes,
show love and
then the link
what.
of the book too. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, so that's if so you can get the book on Amazon. It's once you type it's gonna show up. And as I said, once you see that, you know it is the right book. And that's Kichi on the back. So yeah, this is really, really beautiful. Look at the graphics. Look at the graphics. Oh my goodness. Like
Shout
it's
out, a special shout out to the graphics designer. He was
yes.
amazing. Kishi had
So
things in her mind, and he brought it to life.
yeah, that's really beautiful. So if you can leave his handle in the comments so that people that also have want to do graphics can actually contact him, that would be
Okay,
fantastic as well.
I will.
Right? All right. So my next question. So looking back at how far you've come, all right, the struggles, the triumphs, and your career trajectory, is there anything you would have done differently?
Well, nothing really, but one thing I keep thinking about though is when I could have done my master's in Canada. Like when I decided to do my master's, I went to Leicester, UK, and that was because I wasn't thinking of moving to Canada at that point. Like relocation was not something. People were very surprised that I relocated. Let's put it like that. I'm a Niger. I'm always like, no, I can't spend more than a month outside. I'm coming back. I just want to visit. I just want to do this. But I am. If I had come to do my master's year, maybe things would have been, number one, it would have been since 2012, I would have been in the country. I would have gotten the NCA done, or even used my master's program to, fulfill the NCA requirements. I would have more work experience, and I would have spent more time in Canada. But really, I don't really think it's something I really would change, because I loved my time in Leicester. It's very multicultural. It's an amazing, amazing university. And I did my thesis in health law. And in Nigeria, there was no health law in my OOU, right? I realized I really loved health law in Leicester. So, I don't regret it at all. I love health law. And it's something I'm even practicing now in my solo practice. So I don't think I have any regrets. Things happen for a reason, at the right time or wrong time, whatever. The most important thing is now, right? And I love everything. And also I love that myself and Loretta are making things easier for people now.
Exactly.
So, like
really
when
important.
I came in, we didn't get that much help. It was just NCA websites, and Facebook. Like, you had to do things. I spent so much money buying notes and reading through all the notes to choose the one that was now good for me.
So, I got a couple of those as well.
That's really hard. That's really expensive. Printing. There was a day that I printed and I got a $700 invoice. Can you beat that?
That's why I decided. I decided to go with this HP Smart.
I didn't know about that then.
Yeah, I did it because I would photocopy so many, and I'm like, you know what? I better go and join these people. And then
I didn't know.
Yeah,
I spent way over 700. That was just one of the 20 times I went to UPS to print as a newbie in Canada. I went to UPS to print. Oh Lord. So, we made a lot of mistakes, and now we have a lot of people that are going through these things, that have learned from our mistakes and are not going through all that. They're not spending that much. They are not wasting money. They know exactly what's good. And you see, because you have guidance and you have a support system, you are even able to go through the licensing process very speedily. Because of that support system. So I'm so proud of that. Yesterday, we celebrated a lot of people that passed their bar exams. A lot of people just finished their NCA, and we love graduations. Loretta and I love graduations. So moving them because we have so many groups, FTLC pre-assessment. So that's people that don't have their NCA evaluation yet. Then we move them from there when they get their assessment to NCA group, which is where they would get ready for the exams and write the exams. And Loretta is running all the Skype groups where they are teaching each other the NCA subjects and everything. And when they pass it, they move to the FTLC articling or the FTLC bar, or both. And we also have FTLC dual qualified and FTLC immigration lawyers. We have so many groups.
It's a whole lot of groups.
And FTLC on provinces. So FTLC Ontario, FTLC Nova Scotia, and all that. So we're running so many, many, many groups to just be there for you guys. And it's so lovely to see that we're a family, and we're trying to help each other. And it's contagious. People call me and say, because you did it, I know I can do it too. So I've seen many people give out their textbooks. Expensive. We know how a lot of textbooks are expensive. I've gained so much from you guys. Who needs these textbooks? Who needs these notes? I can have a mentoring session. I can do this. I can do that. So a lot of people are giving back, and that makes the community alive.
Yeah, that's really important, because I think I've seen you work with my cousin a couple of times, Ayu Akenroye.
Yes.
And I think the first time, before we even met in person he sent me a flyer. And I think that's maybe 2018. And I was like, I know this lady. And then I looked at the name. I said, yeah, I know her. And I think I sent you a message. And I said,
Yes, on
I wish I
LinkedIn.
could
I was like,
attend, but
oh,
unfortunately I have kids on Saturday. And there's like,
yes,
it was,
yes.
yeah.
That was the mentoring session with Meg too. Meg and Bumi Bosede. All it was an amazing session. Amazing session.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, I wish I think it was in Mississauga. Was it?
Yeah, it was in Brampton. It
Brampton,
was in
because they sent
Brampton.
me like if you can attend, and then my
Yes,
husband used to work on weekends, so I had the kids on weekends, so I was like, oh, and
it
then
was
I
really amazing.
told him
Yes.
to give me your number, and I
Shout,
said,
shout,
hi,
shout out
it's
to
Fikemi from
Dr.
OOU.
Akenroye. Shout out to Dr. Akenroye. He's always there for us too. He's always been there as a mentor feature, even when we had no followers. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for always being available to everyone that has helped the Nigeria lawyer in Canada community, the foreign trained lawyers in Canada community, Nigerians generally. We thank you. We thank you. You know, we need to continue helping one another. We rise by lifting each other up.
Order
There's
up. Yeah.
enough. It's not competition. No.
Yeah, because I remember a lot of people, not even here alone, when I was in Europe, when you see people that are Nigerians and they've made big strides, like huge strides, and you're asking them questions, they don't want to tell you, just because they suffered to get to that point, they don't want to make it easy. Why should I give you all my knowledge and then you get it within 2 years? Something
Yeah.
that it took me 10 years or 20 years to achieve. So what they will say is, check on Google or go to the website. Like, it used to get on my last nerve, like, of course, I know there's Google before I came to you, but I
Yeah.
felt like
Yeah.
you've done it. You'll be able to
Yeah.
tell me. They'll say, it is
Yeah.
well, my sister. What is it is well? Just tell us how you did it, because at the end of
Yeah.
the day, help people around you, because we are helping one another if you don't know. Because if you are the smartest in the class and nobody else knows anything, well, you're just going to be working with a lot of mediocre people. But if you share your knowledge and a lot of people grow and you have more leaders, we have more representation within the Canadian community. Like this, if you see this Nigerian person, oh, very fantastic person. Whereas if you just keep quiet, maybe we're all working in a factory. So what do you have to gain, right? So let us all grow one another. And that's one of the reasons why I said, sometimes I just take time and say, I'm doing video for licensed people that are going through the licensing process. And I will just do that and put it out there. And a lot of people will actually reach out because I put it on all the social media that I know that might be maybe NCA students or LSO, people in the LSO process. And I will get people reach out to me. Sometimes it's overwhelming, asking questions and all of that. So sometimes I just have like deck of slides that I'll just send to them, like, okay, go through this, or okay, I have this video, go watch it. Then if there's still more that you want to talk about, then come back and then we can talk about it. Because sometimes it's I only have 24 hours in a day. But it's really important that those people sometimes reach out back after they pass and say, oh, thank you, your video really helped me. I passed and all of that. Or the little chat we had, it really helped. And it's really, like, it makes me happy that I'm able to help somebody else, because I didn't get that support when I was doing my, and it wasn't like years ago, it was just 2 years ago, right? When I started the process.
2 years.
And
a lot
we've
has
grown so
changed.
much. Yeah, everything has changed.
A lot
So
has changed in 2 years.
it's really important.
A lot.
So I would say,
People are more
yeah, you're
accommodating. People are willing to help now.
to help,
You know,
because
and share. Like we're from a country where your lecturer is like a god. So you can't contest the lecturer. You feel like if they tell you you have 7 exams to write, you won't contest it. So we had to like really make people unlearn that. If you have more than 5 and you feel that you don't, appeal it. You can't get anything lesser than the position you are in right now. So if you're at 6, if you appeal, you can't get 7. The worst that you can get is 6, that same position. So why not try? You know, so people should and also when you guys are submitting, I've seen many people make that mistake. You send a very brief or summarize them resume. This may affect the evaluation. You know, this may affect the evaluation. They may feel like you don't have that much experience when you actually do. So when you want to submit this application, be conscious about putting all your legal work experience, and you know, do the right thing.
Yeah, it's better to hear on the side of
try to ask. Exactly. Always
surplus.
ask questions. Yeah.
It's really important. Yeah, that's really fantastic. So my last question, and then I'll leave it to if anybody have questions or anything. But what advice would you give to our viewers today? You know, what's the key takeaway that they must remember, even if they forget everything else that we've talked about today? What are the key takeaway?
It's very important for you to know that you can do anything you set your mind to. If you want to go back to school and start over today, you can do it. Like, don't do it unashamedly. Like, don't care about anybody else. What matters is you. You can do it. Anything you want. It's okay to take pauses, be conscious of your mental health, but get what you want to do. Set it up, write it down. For me, if I write it down, I must do it. So at the beginning of the year, I try to like put what I want to do so that I try to meet it. So it's very important for you to know that you are an individual. You are enough as an individual. You are amazing as a person. You are enough. So if you feel that you want to improve yourself by doing certain things, you can do it. One thing I there's this song, Nas, I Know I Can. It's very old, but if you watch my stories or my status, you see that I use it a lot. My children, they know it's on their replay. You know you can do anything you want to do. Just put your mind. That doesn't mean that you won't fail,
Exactly.
and that doesn't mean that you won't fall during this race. But what is important is that you pick yourself up,
And
dust
learn.
your shoulder, learn from it, and continue your race. One of the hardest parts for me in the licensing process was failing foundations. I could not believe it. It shattered me. It shattered me because I'm not really someone that fails. I'm not used to failing, and it was hard for me to learn something from that failure until I was at peace with it in my mind. And I realized you have to realize when you can sort it out yourself and when you can't. And I realized I couldn't sort it out myself. I realized I needed a hard knock. And how best to get the hard knock? Everybody knows Loretta will give you that knock from Alberta. She'll give you a virtual knock and reset your brain. So I called on almighty Loretta. She showed me. She gave me multiple resetting slaps from Alberta. Virtual one. Stop it. Don't say that. You can't. Is it fail? What's there? There's nothing wrong with failing. Learn from it. So know when you need someone to help you and reach out to someone to help. It's okay to rant. Sometimes we have days in our group that we say rant. Exactly. Complain about the system. Offload that stress, that anger, So it's very important for you to know that, yes, you can do anything you want to do.
If you work hard in it, you'll be what you want to be.
I'll be what I want to be.
Be what I want to be.
Be what I want to be.
If I work hard in it, I'll be where I want to be.
Yeah, so that's a nice song.
I know. I remember that song.
Yes.
Nonya B says, "Hello at resetting
slap." Loretta. As in the first day I spoke with Loretta, I was like, "Who is this head mistress now?" As in, she's so firm. She's so she's the resetting slap for me. Oh, hey.
She said, "Try." The way she said it, I'm imagining that she said like Jonathan's wife. Try. Yeah, that's really important, because for a lot of us, why we don't want to take that leap, why we don't want to, try at all, is because we're already scared of the failure. We're already scared that, oh, maybe we'll fail. But even for me, sometimes, as I said before I started this channel and before I started reaching out to people to come talk on my channel, I would think, what if they don't respond? But the truth is, there's so many people that have not responded to my
Yeah.
request for them to come speak as well. Like they totally ignore, they don't even read it. But at the end of the day, I still find people like you that would say, why not? I'll come support. And that's really important because not everybody would actually oblige you. And not everybody do I oblige as well. So I can't like let myself feel bad because of that. But the thing is, if you're scared of failure and you don't take that step, at the end of the day, you're never going to know. It will just continue to be that thing like, what if, what if, what if? So if you take it and you fail, what if too? What happens? Like you would learn from it, see it as a learning curve. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? Do I need more resources? Do I need more mentoring? Do I like it will make you sit down and actually think more. Like it will make you think, how can you make things better? So it's really important. And I'm going to try to learn from that in other aspects of my life as well. Like try to take that step and forget about failure. It might happen, but what if it doesn't happen? Then you will never know because you didn't take that step. So that's really important. Thank you so much. So on another level now, are we expecting more movies from you in in the Nollywood setting, or is it going to be here in Canada, Nigerians in Canada movie? Or are you
To
thinking
be
of
honest,
producing?
I have things in my head, but I'm not writing it down because that makes it you must do it now. So I just have things in my head. My brother-in-law, that's Faye Max's husband, is also the producer of Taxi Driver on Netflix or Kashewo.
Oh,
So
nice.
we have that. We're thinking of doing something, but we just not yet. We just want a breather. Like I just finished this licensing process and we just sorted out the book. So, and the funny thing is that my daughter is like, Mommy, I started the second series. I'm like,
I was about to ask
hey.
that, like, I was about to ask that it's what's coming
I
down the
was like,
pipeline.
let me breathe.
Please don't dim her light. If she wants to do it
Nah,
now, let her do it.
no,
You know,
no, I
it's really,
wouldn't. I wouldn't. I just be
yeah,
writing it. I'm like, write it. Don't
just
worry.
write it and have
Continue.
like a big fold. Well, she has Google Docs, as you said. Put it in your
She has
docs.
Google Docs.
Put it in your docs, and then maybe do like some on a social media. I know you said if you can put the name of the Instagram so that people can check them out, right?
Okay, let me do
And
that.
if you can have hers that she can put sneak peeks too, sometimes like sneak peeks of what might be coming down the
Canada.
pipeline. We're
So
excited to see.
I responded with their actual YouTube page now
Okay,
to say
yeah, I can
please
see it.
subscribe. Please subscribe to the YouTube page too. And what I posted was the Instagram page. Thank
Yeah,
you
that's
so much, guys. Our
this
children will make it in Canada. They will
it's by force
succeed
by
and they will
fire.
excel by force.
It is
Oh,
by
by force.
it is by force by fire, and we have to
By
give them all
force.
the support and also support one another because that's really important. I know that our generation have started to change the narrative, but before now, people don't like to help. I'm sorry, but most of the time when I see Chinese people, I see that they're close knit community. You can't like they always help one another. So what are we missing in the Black community, especially Nigerian community? Why is it that you're always thinking it's a race? Why are you always thinking? Why must they always be due to jealousy? You don't want them to have what you have. You don't want to tell them how to get something. Like the more the merrier. Isn't that how the adage goes? Or the
Yes, yes.
like the more the merrier.
Asians are amazing. They
They're
really
very
help. And the truth is that even when I landed, when I was confused about NCA, it was Asians that even helped me first.
exactly.
I got more response from them than even the Nigerians that I was trying to reach out to. But like I
Mhm.
said, I like that we are moving forward. We are changing
Forward.
that narrative. In 2 years, there's been a
It's been
huge,
a huge growth.
huge change. Yes.
Mhm.
So don't see anyone as a competition. Help your brother, help your sister. We're all together, we're one. There's more than enough. There's more than enough. They are not competing with each other.
Yeah, there's like they say in Nigeria, like the heavens is big enough for birds to fly without touching
Yes,
wings, right?
yes,
So
yes.
that's really important. And one last thing I was going to say is also because I'm really big on Black-owned businesses, small businesses supporting one another, and I find that people would always come to you just so they can get free services, but then they will go out and pay huge amount to people that are not from our community.
Yeah,
That shouldn't be the way.
yeah.
Just now you're talking about your kids' book. the best way to do is go there and buy.
Yeah.
Right? Buy, support. Sometimes I actually support a lot of people, not because I need it, but
Yeah.
I can gift it out to other people as well,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Just
Yes.
support, not just, oh, it's so nice. Oh, your kid wrote a book, so nice. It's not that
But
expensive.
I have to give a shout out to the Nigerian community with my daughter's book, especially though.
Mhm.
Like they have been very supportive,
That's
very
really important.
supportive, and that's why I told them, please send your children holding the pictures. I'm celebrating them by doing that. It's so
I wanted
nice.
to wait until now before I send my son's one, because I
It's so
made a
nice.
video and I was going to post, but I didn't want to post it before because I wanted it to be
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
wanted
So
it to be
nice. You guys
yeah,
are
because
amazing. Many,
he
many,
was so
many
excited
of our
opening,
people
like
are
ripping it apart.
buying the books, and we really appreciate it. There are some people that don't have children, and they said, you know what, I don't have kids,
Yeah, that's
but
what Meg was
I'm
saying too,
spending the
that
money.
she was going to buy.
They bought the books and said, tell Kishi to give her friends, or tell Kishi to give who she wants. You know, that's support from the heart,
Yeah.
right? It's not even forced. And
Yeah.
I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you guys. Really
So
appreciate you guys.
see,
Thank
this
you.
is my son ripping the paper.
That's our next video on
He was
K-Girls
ripping it like.
Canada. Thank you so much.
So yeah. Excuse me. So yeah, that's really important. Excuse me.
Bless you. Bless you. Sorry, dear.
All
Sorry.
right. I don't know what's getting in my throat, but
Sorry, dear.
so yeah, that's really what we. Okay, Loretta put something here. Collaboration and support is amazing in our community. Yeah,
Indeed.
and as we said, for the past 2 years, a lot of things have changed a lot, and that's because you and I and everybody there was stepping up. That the narrative has to change. We can't keep doing this. The narrative has to change, and it has really gone a long way. Really gone a long way, and we hope that it continues. And Emmanuel Bokodos is true. Africans need to start supporting one another. It's amazing how the Asians help each other, and that's true. We have to learn how to help one another. Also, Loretta says we need to unlearn and relearn a lot. However, I am proud of the growth and stride we have made. There's more to come. Exactly, it's more to come. So thank you for everybody that have attended. This has been a really, really fun session. And I see a lot of people
Thanks,
still just
guys.
coming in. So I'm just going to scroll through a couple of people. If you have questions, please ask away. We're going to get to the questions before we log off, because I think we've gone a little bit. We're almost at 1.5 hours since we started, and it flew by so fast.
Because
So I
we're
want to
having
say,
fun.
yeah, I know, right? And this is like a really crucial topic that a lot of people are interested in learning. Like, how do we like make this strides? Because a lot of people are concerned, a lot of people are scared of failure, a lot of people are scared of people not supporting. So it's really important. So I wanted to say thanks to a couple of people that left messages. And please remember to give a huge thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe.
Thumbs up.
And also rep your city. Where are you watching us from? Is it from Nigeria? Is it from the US, the UK, wherever? Even within Canada, if you're in Canada, just write your city. If it's Toronto, Manitoba, Alberta, let us know where you're repping from. So thank you so much, Globa Ariana. Thank you to Chris. Thank you, Bumi Ononubi.
That's my girl.
Nice. Thank you to Zebet, Gist Blog, Jesumi Sheung Olanyinka,
Well done.
Osei Loretta, J&O Journals. Thank you so much, everybody. Let me
Thank
see.
you.
Olumide Olorunshola. Thank you so
That's
much.
my best friend. That was
Oh,
my best
nice.
friend.
It says
She's still my best
awesome.
friend
Super proud.
from
It says
uni
awesome.
days.
Super proud of you, Moyo.
Hi,
That's
Olu.
really. Yeah, Meg Ruben, thank you so much. And she said, Cain and Abel is forever a classic. I think I'm
Yeah,
the only one that haven't read it.
you need to read that book.
Yeah, and Adaeze Aja says, awesome, Mama.
Thank you, Adam.
And let me keep scrolling to see who have I missed. Nonye B.
Hi, Nonye. Thank you so much for joining,
And
everyone.
Moyo as well. You have a namesake here as
Oh,
well.
hi, namesake. Moya's rock. I know for sure. Moya's rock.
Yeah, she said, listening from Akure, Nigeria.
Thanks,
And
Moya.
yeah, Noye from Brampton. Ebenezer Abiodun watching from Manchester,
Hi,
United Kingdom.
Abiodun.
Yay! And Neto Chukwu Nze
Nigeria. Hi,
Wion,
Neto.
Nigeria. Nice. Thank you so much. It's it's like I'm seeing like 4 different countries right now. That's so much love from everyone. Emmanuel Bokodo
Thanks
as
for
well.
joining, guys.
Thank you so much for joining. We really appreciate you guys. And yeah, I think we're just gonna wrap it up here so that people can go. We know today's Saturday, you all have kids or family or things that you want to do, chores. So we're gonna let you go. Thank you so much. And remember, every Saturday at 12, I always bring fantastic guests. As you see, the quality of who I brought today, Moyosore Sadiq-Soneye. Fantastic, right? So I have great people that I bring to share with us from their wealth of knowledge. So please take things from their lives, from their experiences, and apply it to yours. And remember, it is not a race, as Moya said. It is not a race, okay? It's not a competition.
You've got this.
You've got
it
this.
done.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
And yeah, Moya says, yes, Moya's rock. Hi, yes, we rock. Yes, we rock. And Neto Chuku says, hi, Moya. It's always amazing and educating hearing you speak. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Osei says, thank you for having us. Thank you. So see you guys next week. Please remember to come back next week. I have another fantastic, I think he's going to be my first man ever.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I feel like at this point they will say, is it only women that you bring to this show? So it's going to be my first man that I will be bringing on the channel. So yeah, fantastic. So thank you so much. We love you. And remember, it's that proud Black woman again. And yes. I would always have your back. Love you.
Thanks for having me.
I hope you can see my heart. Okay, let me take this off the screen so you can see my heart beating for you guys. Like it's just beating.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
All right. Thank you so much.